Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on MTV. Today I'm talking about how to renovate a well-designed kitchen. And we are talking kitchens. It is often considered the heart of the home. And it's one of those rooms where I'm going to tell you this is where you actually invest your dollars. People say you're going to spend your dollars, but invest your money when you're doing a kitchen up, invest wisely, because like a bathroom, the kitchen will give you one of the biggest value items when you come to resell that home in the future. So, what do we do when we actually are renovating a kitchen? Planning and covering the key tips for getting it right is so important. Number one, think ahead, okay? People often look at what they want, how sexy they want the kitchen to look, but they forget to put function first. Put function first. Doesn't matter whether it's going to be a galley or a U or an L-shaped kitchen. Plan for the sink, the fridge, the cooktop areas, okay? Where they're going to be positioned. A lot of interior designers will tell you that they should be approximately within 1200 mil, 1 to 1.2 meters away from each other, okay, or between each other. And often you'll see the layer is in a triangular shape for very good reason. Obviously, think about it, you spend time in the kitchen. If you are the person who's doing the Jamie Oliver and you're in there and you're cooking up, you want to have easy access to the cooktop, to the fridge and the clean-up area. So make sure it's designed and laid out for ease of movement. So, function first. Secondly, don't forget to make room for storage. The biggest mistake we see with renovators that work with us is that they've not made at the planning stage enough room for storage or allowance for storage. And that really is not good planning. Your kitchen renovation needs to optimize as much space as possible. Think about things like overhead cabinets. Can you use a space right up to the ceiling? The fact is, there's no good creating cupboards where you're going to have this much off the ceiling space just to collect dust. Take that cabinetry right up to the ceiling and utilize that space wherever you can. Consider things like deep drawers, because that's going to give you more space to store pots and pans. And do not forget to include storage and allow for storage for things like your appliances. You do not want a cluttered countertop where you just got things hanging around, taking up room. You want a nice, clean, free area for countertops, so create that space that you can also store your appliances away in. Thirdly, ensure that you can see the light. Okay, utilize light wherever you can. Now, obviously, if you've got a kitchen renovation where you can utilize natural light, that's a great option from windows. Ensure you plan that well and review those windows at the same time. Do you make them a little bit bigger? Do you actually use a different pane of glass to improvise better light opportunities? But ensure that where you've got natural light, plan that kitchen around that, because that is going to help bring the kitchen up. It's an area that you want light. If you don't have natural light, then you need to consider the type of light technology that's out there now with drop-down lights and lighting positions where you can actually ensure that you light that space up. People don't want to see a dark kitchen, they want it to be light, where you can find things very easily. The focus is on that countertop area and the cooking areas. So please plan for that carefully, because people get a lot let down once they finish the kitchen areas and there's not a lot of light that they wanted there and it's too late. So plan that first up. Space and surface, okay, very important. There's no such thing as too much counter space. So if you're planning your countertop, think of materials, not what you've seen in magazines, but functional things that are going to last and be low maintenance. So don't go and select surfaces that are going to scratch easy, and don't select surfaces that might look good in a magazine, but they're going to create things like mold and the build-up of it. It's very hard to clean when you're using that area commonly, because there's a lot of water and clean-up areas when you're cutting things up. So things like timber might not work well on a bench top. I think sometimes stainless can be really good, but is it going to scratch easy? There are a lot of good products out there you can use for your countertop surfaces to consider. Check them out first, okay, and then go with things that are going to be functional for you. Some great designs and colours that are available with those surfaces now. Make it work for your kitchen design. And don't forget the trash, okay? People want to trash talk later when they've got a kitchen that doesn't work for them, but they've forgotten to plan where the garbage is going to be in the recycling bins. The one thing I can tell you for all of us, waste management is going to be an ongoing challenge. So you need to allow for areas in the kitchen where you can actually have somewhere discreet where you can store your waste bins and your recycling bins, and secondly, easy access. They can be removed quite easily not get in the way of cooking and storage of items like in pantries. So ensure that you've actually got an allocation of an area where you're going to have garbage bags and bins stored easily, so you can easily access them. They're not in the way, but there will always be that need in the kitchen area. Plan, and then plan a little more before you execute. That's the key to ensuring that you create the kitchen that you want and renovating that. If you want some tips and you want to talk to a professional about kitchens, get on Monsta Go 2, lots of help there, ready to give you the guidance you want for your kitchen renovation.